How's that? There we go. These are nice people. I don't know who the hell I am. They're clapping. Hey, a black guy with a microphone. That's sweet. Texas, I'd be hanging from a tree by now. Yes! This guy's applauding lynching a black guy. That's kind of a political mistake, sir, and I'll be talking to you later. You jerk. See, because white guys drive like this. Black guys drive like this. I'm just filling time until people come in. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. And if you own a radio station and want to hire me, that'll mean a lot more.
With at least one guy.
Yeah. He's kind of cute. If I ever change teams, I could hold him down for her. Anyways, so, hi. How are, I'm suddenly tinny. How are y'all? All together, say, how are you? How are you? How are you? No, you're supposed to answer. You're supposed to. Okay, everybody go out and come back in. We'll do this again. By the way, I just want to let you know that Doncaster sucks, because I went in. Where are you all from? Everywhere but Doncaster. I tried to buy a shirt with a neck because I got this Larry the Axe Hennig 21-inch fat boy meat neck thing going on, and not a single shirt over 18 inches. I ended up as I don't know. They're gonna.
Why you wanted to buy a shirt with a collar?
Why?
You gave the strip club last night.
Oh yeah, your strip club sucks, dude. 2 songs, they only get topless. We could have done better at the wedding reception at the hotel. Okay, anyway. All right, you're all here. That door's closed now. Hi, I'm Anthony Kingdom James. And no, that I didn't want you to introduce yourself because I don't care. I'll tell you who we are going to introduce. This is our first panel of the afternoon. We're going to do 2 panels. We've got with us here the original Wild Out Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. Snowman, Al Snow. We got the new effing show, Jerry Lynn. We got the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer. And this guy. And we got the Blue Meanie. So it's going to be real simple. We got about, hey, we're starting a couple minutes early, so that's good, because, you know, and stuff. Basically, this is all you. This is all on you people. I'm going to raise your hand. I'm going to come around with the microphone. You're going to say, hi, I love you because blah, blah, blah. You ask your question, and, you know, let whoever stand up. Whoever you want to ask a question to, address them and ask your question, and you'll get a hi.
And we'll pass the microphone back and forth?
I believe so.
I just want to introduce Blue Meanie before. He's the only man in his second run to be undefeated in WWE and pin JBL.
Well, that's a better introduction. You pinned JBL when he had the belt.
No, that's fantastic.
Fuck JBL! Fuck JBL! Fuck JBL! Fuck JBL!
Whoa.
I still kind of get a paycheck from there, so
The language on you people. What? When I'm drunk? Oh, because I'm a little laced right now.
Alrighty, go walk around past the microphone.
Let's
ask some questions.
Right over here. Stand up. Well, you're in the office.
Question for Blue Meanie. What was your favourite parody gimmick that you did in ECW?
Probably the coolest one is when we did Kiss. Just for the crowd reaction alone, because they just went ballistic. But the one on top of that had to be the BWO, just because it was the longest run. I saw the shirt over there. But it was supposed to be a one-night deal, and then the crowd reaction was so overwhelming, they said, hey, and it just turned into a 9-month run. It was awesome. Cool. So I'd have to say the BWO.
All right, next question.
As for Jerry Lynn, what was your best match in ECW and why?
I can't pick a best match. I guess the one with Tommy Dreamer. I guess it's hard to pick one best match because there's so many good wrestlers in ECW, but obviously some of the matches I had with RVD. But I would have to pick one with Lance Storm in Chicago at Anarchy Rules because we had a great match and I didn't get hurt.
Way back here in the back.
So Al Snow, Al, if the Lee Cassidy gimmick and the New Rockers run continued, well, how do you think your career in WWE would have went?
Well. It probably wouldn't have continued because at that time I'd actually asked to quit. And they had rolled over my contract and wouldn't let me quit. So that was how I got put on loan to ECW at the time. Thank God. God. You can hear me now. I don't know what I did wrong. Please don't make me ever wear those stupid spats on my face.
Question for Jalen. How do you feel about AJ going into the match tonight with the history with AJ back in 2002, 2003 time? How do you feel they've been going in against this?
How do I feel about AJ going against the Abyss tonight? Well, I guess I just wish him all the best because Abyss is an enormous man beast and he would be scary to face. But to tell you the truth, I worked with AJ probably for, I don't know, almost 2 years straight when TNA first started, and I'm very proud of AJ because he's come a long way very fast, and he's just, what can you say, phenomenal.
Were you all surprised with how successful the ECW reunion shows were, and do you think it should just be the one-night thing, or do you think it should be continue at the yearly event?
You asked me.
Let's get Tracy talking. Because I know as soon as Tracy starts, there's the 45 minutes, Bill.
We'd all like to see it, happen, but I guess it got squashed. I don't know. I guess you have to ask Tommy that. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to see a lot of guys you hadn't seen in a long time, and you always hope that things will open up and provide more jobs for the guys. But it was a lot of fun. It really was. And I had a blast. And I got out in 2001 and just went here and there since then and really got my head back in February. And that was a blast. And the homecoming show, and I had a ball. I was just glad to be there. It really was.
Tommy, how the WWE, the pay-per-view event, the one-night stand, how did that come about? Was it something that you guys were pushing, or behind the scenes, or?
It came about a correlation of things. I had asked Vince McMahon for my release in January before the Royal Rumble of 2000 and something, and he told me no. I had given them a whole idea for me to do something with Eric Bischoff. If I beat him, he had to bring back ECW. And that was kind of the first. And me and Bubba, Ray Dudley, were always traveling with Shane McMahon when Shane was feuding with Kane. And we really got in his head about it. And then I left, and then Shane left, and it was kind of like still up in the air. And then Rob Van Dam went and pretty much talked to Vince and said we could do it for at least one night. And then that's how the ball kind of started rolling, and worked out. It was a great show. It was great for the fans, great for the ECW, great for the guys. So that's kind of how it went about.
Think they'll keep doing them, or was this a one night? Was it literally one night only?
I think it's going to be just a one night. I think we all did too good of a job, and we did better buy rates than some of the crappy pay-per-views. Oh wait, did you kind of stop saying that? I kind of still work for this company. But it's all right. I could get fired on Monday. It's okay. I mean, I don't know. You can't top the WWE product, and we kind of did. So whatever happens, happens. It was great closure for me. It was great to see all the guys. I was happy to be a part of it, and if it happens again, I'll let my big ass get lit on fire again.
Excellent.
Is that right if I ask 2 questions? 2 shows.
Wear that hat and you're gonna bogart the mic. There we go.
I'd like to keep Tracy on the mic for a little while. First of all, I want to know, when are you going to do what we all want to see you do in Bray JBL?
Can you repeat that?
When are you going to beat JBL? We all want to see you do it.
That's up to him. That's up to him.
And
Anytime.
the second's a short question. I was just wondering how you all felt about the WWF in particular stopping the Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon using the Dudley Boys trademark when they got to TNA.
Yes, your friends have thrown you straight into it, Tommy.
Trying to get you fired.
First of all, it's WWE. WWF no longer exists. Yeah. Me personally, I think it's wrong. The gimmick was created by Raven and Tommy Dreamer and Taz and whatever WWE wants to do. I can sue you right now. Doesn't mean I'll win. And I think Bubba and Devon are going to go ahead and fight the corporate giant and see what happens.
All right, other question here. Did you just punch that guy in the eye?
This one's for Tommy Dreamer. Which match are you going to interfere in tonight?
Good night, folks. All right. Who are you working for? You're not tall enough to be Meltzer. Good night. I said that. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing tonight. You're gonna have. Well, you're already here, so you'll just have to tune in and watch. Hopefully, you'll like what I decide I'll do.
All right. Who's your question for?
Blue Meanie, I just want to know if you've got any feelings against JBL and what he did to you at One Night Stand, and if there's any hard feelings.
I'm still not fond of the guy, but I went up there and what we did was business. We turned a real life situation into an angle. A lot of people thought I went back to WWE because of the whole Bradshaw thing, but in actuality, they had talked about doing a BWO reunion before the whole JBL thing. So when the JBL thing happened, they kind of went with the idea they were already talking about doing a BWO reunion and tied in with the whole JBL Batista angle. And we were able to go in the ring for one night, put differences aside, and just do some business. Whatever happens to him, happens to him. I believe in karma, and karma will happen. So.
I mean, shit will happen.
Huh?
Shit happens. Got a question for us?
Yeah, this one's for Jerry. I'm just wondering, what's the feeling backstage at TNA with them about to go on Spike TV and have the atmosphere of all the guys backstage?
Inquiring minds want to know, Jerry.
Well, obviously everyone's very excited, and for the last 2 pay-per-views we've had a lot of Spike executives at our shows, and after what they saw in the ring, the executives were very excited, and so they're really behind us, and it looks like they're really going to try for us, and they've been advertising like crazy already during Raw and during CSI, which has great ratings, so it looks like they're behind us, and hopefully we'll be able to get a head-to-head Monday night spot eventually.
They're going to promote you better than they did ECW.
Pardon?
Is the network going to promote you better than they did ECW?
I hope so.
But they've got a lot of other things in the works too, like mass distribution for the DVD sales, action figures. They're coming out with a video game deal pretty soon, so it looks like things are going to finally happen, and hopefully it'll pop the business, and people will finally see that TNA does exist, and give the competition what it really needs.
Some competition.
Yeah, that is right. And give the people what, you know, this sport is all about, and I still call it a sport, and it's wrestling.
Question for Al's now.
Yes.
Did you like, and what was your favourite part of filming Tough Enough?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What did you like most about filming Tough Enough? What was your favorite part of Tough Enough?
Actually, you know, what I liked most was getting to work with the kids and trying to pass on some of the traditions and things that of this business that were given to me. And, you know, I'm very proud of doing Tough Enough. I thought that it got to show a different side of the professional wrestling business and show just how much passion these guys have, and how much they have to sacrifice to entertain you, the fans. And hopefully it showed everybody, gave everybody a new appreciation for it. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of work. You know, I would work 10, 12, 15 hours every day for probably 10 to 15 weeks. But I loved it. I thought it was really, really good, and I really enjoyed it. I miss it now. So.
Al, is there any plans to return to either Raw or SmackDown in an active wrestling role?
Not that I'm aware of. I think they've pretty much hung up my tights. But I am the head trainer in OVW for WWE's developmental thing. And Tommy is my boss, so. Ain't that right, boss? That's right.
Yes, coming back to some pay-per-views and live events we've seen from independent scene and TNA and what have you, you just keep blowing your head month after month after month, you're all putting top matches no matter what you do. But like, why is it that Vince is just not using his talent right on his pay-per-views? Because to be quite like, to be quite honest, how on earth does he expect people to pay to watch No Mercy? I mean, would you buy and watch No Mercy?
Wow. My question is, what the hell did you just say?
South Yorkshire.
And you acted like you knew what he was talking about.
Listen, I watched Coronation Street. So I understood every word of that.
That's true, you're from Canada.
Yes.
Canada, the strangest country in the world, and you people should be upset with him because his countrymen have placed your queen on one side of the coin and a beaver on the other.
I thought I had Canadian change and damn. Steven Regal once at the Pillman 2000 show went and introduced myself to him, and he said, "You're the Canadian kid, right?" And, yeah. And then didn't want anything to do with me. I said, what are you talking about? And he goes, "Yeah, I don't like the way the Queen looks on your $2 bill."
While there's a lull here, what's black and blue and hates sex?
Oh, the
8-year-old locked up in Meanie's room.
I thought the screams were just the radio turned up real loud.
And what do you all think about the sort of work shoot between Edge Lee and Matt Hardy? Do you think it's working at WWE, or do you think it's just pathetic like I do?
We've gotten into a cynical question.
I don't know. Yeah, apparently that's not just a question, but a statement. I think it was a mistake. I'm very happy from that. No. And I know my boss is looking at me right now. And the reason it was a mistake is because you have to appeal to the general audience and not to the internet fans. Now, why? Because the majority of the money that you're going to make is with the general audience. If I'm the general audience, the last time I watched TV, and all I know is what I watch on TV, I saw Kane steal Lita from Matt Hardy. Then Matt Hardy disappeared because he got hurt. And then all of a sudden Edge steals Lita from Kane, and then Matt Hardy comes back and beats up Edge. Okay. But he doesn't go after Kane, who originally stole Lita from him. So the only thing I got out of the story was that Lita was a slut. That was about it. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Right over here.
This is for the meanie, and it's kind of a selfish question. Why did he close 3PW? I was going to Philadelphia next month to exclusively watch wrestling.
That was beyond my control. I ran for 3PW for 3 years with Jasmine and Todd Gordon, and Jasmine decided to abandon the company and leaving me in a sticky situation, which I rebounded from. We found new investors, and the new investors kind of got flaky because they thought they were going to make $1 million overnight, which doesn't happen in the wrestling business. So they got flaky. Yeah, they got flaky, and
23 years of nights.
I found out the company was closed on the internet. It was beyond my control, and I still own the name. And if I find the right backing, maybe I'll reopen it. But as of right now, it was beyond my control, and it's out of my hands. So.
I found out ECW was out of business when Paul Heyman showed up on Raw, the announcer, so.
Oh, man.
Joey, how's the shoulder? Is it fine after surgery and everything?
Thanks, Tommy. It's doing good. It's holding up. It'll never be what it was, but I just got to work smart, which most of the time I don't. I still do stupid stuff because I have a great talent at falling down. So, but it's doing good. It's hanging in there and holding together.
Hi, question for Al. You just said how happy you were with your role in Tough Enough. How would you feel about the way they treated a lot of the candidates and the people who won Tough Enough?
Say that again.
What do you think about what's happened to the candidates since the Tough Enoughs? I mean,
I'm disappointed for them. It's obviously a shift in the company, and those kids had definitely had potential. I don't know why they shifted that way and eliminated a lot of those people. Not just some of the Tough Enough kids, but a lot of other very talented individuals. But when you're the only game in town, you can pretty much make any decision you want to make.
This is it. Everybody, what's your best backstage rib you've seen? For them?
Backstage ribs.
Well, right now, if anyone's got a knife, it would be very helpful because Al was kind enough to zip tie my shoelace to my chair.
Can we get a photo of that before he undoes it? That's fantastic. Did he see you doing that?
No.
No? Awesome.
That's why earlier I fell into that giggling fit. One of the funniest ones, let's see. Sorry, Tommy. One of the funniest ones was Lance Storm, Justin Credible, and I sitting around the locker room. And Tommy waltzes up to us and goes, "Hey guys, look." Turns around, pulls his shorts down, and clenches his butt cheeks. And you have never seen so much cottage cheese pop out in your life. It was hilarious. And Tommy, that's why Tommy did it, just for the shock value, but it was hilarious.
Tommy, you got a story of a good backstage rib, Tommy?
One also involving my ass. I was wrestling. C.W. Anderson has a very loose stomach and can throw up like if he sees something disgusting. So me, Louis Dangerously, and Francine were playing a rib on CW, and I crashed into the ladder. Match was over, and I went limping to the back. And we told CW that Dreamer was hurt. And then I was laying on the floor, kind of like selling, that I was really, really hurt. And I was like, man, I think something bad happened. And when I rolled over, I had shoved a brownie down my ass, and we rolled over, and I acted like I shit myself, and CW started throwing up in the locker room, and then he held it back. Wait, no, it gets better. And then Louis dangerously took the brownie and put it in his mouth. The rest of the locker room really lost it for the disgusting act of that. There you go. DC Dubs.
Al, do you have another, besides, shackling Jerry to his chair?
I really don't do a lot of that kind of stuff.
You're Al Snow, right?
Probably the one I'm most famous for is the night that when I was doing the great storyline of when I had Pepper the dog and Boss Man had kidnapped him, and the writers came and said, we need you to make a one of those missing posters and put it on TV. So I said, great, I'll do it. And what's on every missing poster? Phone number. So I put Val Venus's cell phone on it, and it aired the first time on Heat, Sunday Night Heat. So we're in Philadelphia at a house show, and the little vignette comes up with me holding it. Now I'm not smart enough the camera guy, so but I point at the phone number, and we have a TV in the back. One of the few locker rooms has actually got TV, and they're watching Sunday Night Heat. So I see me coming up on the screen, I go out the door. There's Val sitting there. Well, only one guy saw it, and I talked to Val later, and he goes, that's why I got that phone call. Sunday night, somebody called, and they were asking about a dog, and my mom breeds dogs, so I said, well, here's my mom's number. So the next night, I was in Boston, and they come, and Vince Russo comes up and goes, we need you to do it again, we need you to do the missing poster. Vince loved it. I said, really? He goes, yes. Fantastic. So I told the camera guy, I said, when I talk about the poster, zoom in, and I'm going to point to the phone number. Zoom in on the phone number. He goes, why? I said, it's Val Venus's. So I'm crying, oh, this is my dog. I hated that fucking dog. I wanted to have a Pepper on the pole match, like a use it like a tetherball game. It pissed on me every time we went to the ring. The thing could not die fast enough. Not because it just cause the thing's nervous wreck. It's losing its hair and everything. Anyway, and urinating all over me. Not a high point in my career. And so they zoomed in on the phone number, and then that night, his cell phone, it blew up his cell phone. It just kept ringing, and then when it would overload his voicemail, it would go to his pager. He carried a pager. It overloaded that, and then he kept getting calls throughout the entire night. The next day, he had to change his phone number. So that was just, it was a little one.
A little,
and he's never gotten me back.
A little international one.
Yeah.
Tracy?
Best one I can remember, I guess, was in '89. You guys remember Rocky Johnson, right? The Nasty Boys. Well, there was this kid from Missouri. Never saw him again after this, but remember Jake Roberts had the DDT, was real hot, and they convinced him that Jake had a patent on it. This kid would use it. I mean, he'd do it 3-4 times a match, and everybody'd rib him about it. And they had a cop serve papers on him in the dressing room. And Memphis TV, I'll never forget it. And then the Nasties were really on him hot. And then Rocky and the Nasties got to argue with each other. They got the racial thing going back and forth right there. And Rocky's like, don't get racial, don't get racial. And they worked a fight right there. They did, and they nailed this kid there. And they went for the punch. I think they knocked a hole in the wall or something. Channel 5. Channel 5. Dundee stooged it off the wall, and he came in and jumped on everybody and the whole bit. Well, that night they took it further because we did the fairgrounds, Nashville, that night. Well, Rocky come in with a gun, And everybody cleared out. The kid was there. He worked that night. That was it. He left the show, everything. Never saw him again. They put a lot of thought into that one.
And Meanie? Meanie's got that.
I don't pull them too often, but there's one involving Al, where I think it was in Hartford, Connecticut. We were traveling, and we just done TV, and we're going home the next day, and we get to our rooms, and I just realized I forgot my knee pads in the car. So I called back. I was like, "Hey Al, I forgot my knee pads in the car. Can I come get the car keys off you, and get my knee pads out of the car?" I said, "Sure, no problem." So I go down to his room, get the car keys. I go in the car, and I get my knee pads, and it just dawned on me to look over, and I see the stereo. So I reached over and got the volume knob and turned it all the way up, because I knew he had to take the car back earlier than me. I was just catching the shuttle. So I totally forgot about it until I turned on the phone the next day, and there's a voicemail on my machine with this music blaring in the background on, "Meanie, you son of a bitch." Because as soon as he turned the car on, it just went, "Rah!" And he almost jumped right straight. He almost gave the car a sunroof. I got another one.
I have an ECW one where the entire company was in on it, except for one person. We did a show in Wildwood, and Paul would do the first match was a battle royal, and the winner got to face Shane Douglas for the ECW heavyweight title later that night. And we had a guy there named the Rockin' Rebel, and a lot of guys, he deserved the rib, so Paul told him that he was going to win the battle royal, and later on face Shane, and then do a huge program with Shane, and work with Shane for the next couple of main events at the ECW Arena. So he was all amped up and ready to go, and then Paul sent him outside or something, and Paul said, "I want him out of the battle royal first." So we got to the ring, and he's in the ring, and we all jumped on him and started beating the crap out of him, and we all picked him up over our head and threw him out, and he grabbed the top rope. We were prying his fingers off, and we threw him to the floor, and he almost started crying, and he ran to the back, and he's like, "Paul, I don't know what the hell, they're all shooting on me," and Paul goes, "Get your fucking ass back there, I got angles and programs booked with you." So he runs back to the ring, and as he comes in the ring, we all just start kicking him and kicking him. That was a good one. Thank you, Paul.
I got one more. Maven's actually pretty good about ribbing and getting ribbed. And one night we were coming back from Topeka, and he had his own car. I told him, "Hey, let's stop. I need to get a bottle of water." I said, "Do you want one?" He goes, "Yeah, sure." So we're driving separate cars. So I come out and offer him the water to get him to roll his window down. And as he does, I stick a can of Cheese Whiz in and spray it all over the inside of the car. And then he got me stopped at security. This was what I was going to tell you. So I told him, I said, "I'm going to make you pay." So I went out and I bought a large dildo. It was a strap-on one. And that night I planted it in his bag, in his wrestling bag, because you don't ever check your wrestling bag. You always take it through with you through security. And I told Devon, I said, I've stuck the dildo in his bag, so make sure security pulls him over and searches his bag. Well, I have the memory of a crack baby, so I forgot that I'd done it. The next day I'm sitting in the airport and I get a phone call. "Son of a bitch, every person here thinks I'm gay." But what had happened, what worked even better was, Devon and Maven got separated because their flight got screwed up. So Devon couldn't go through security with him. Maven went through security on his own, and the x-ray showed it, and they went ahead and searched his bag on their own, and they pulled it out. And Maven turned around and went, "Oh." And the guy just stuck it back in and went, "Yeah, you're free to go, sir."
I have one more, if you want to hear one more. This is on me. Me and Bubba Ray Dudley have a ongoing fat contest. Who's fatter than who? Obviously, Bubba's the winner. Hey, you can tell him, I don't care. He buries me on every internet interview that he does because he knows I can't do interviews, so that's the ongoing rib. He can insult me and I can't insult him back, but we're best friends and everything. So we were on a plane and we were off third day of a 4-day loop, and we're at 6 o'clock flights every morning. We didn't go to bed for 2 days, just, you know, wrestling, going out. So we're on a charter flight, and the whole plane, I'm the last guy to get on the plane. I sit back in the last seat, and the stewardess gets on board and starts telling us, you know, the fire exits, the oxygen masks, and we'll be flying over water, so in case of emergency, you can use Tommy Dreamer as a flotation device. So that was a good one.
Another question here?
Okay, hi, I'm Christian. First of all, I want to thank the 1BW to bring here all the superstars. It's very excited for me. And my question now to the guys here, more from the WWE guys. First of all, thank you, Tommy Dreamer, to coming to Europe. You're like an all-time favorite wrestler for me, so that makes me very proud I can breathe the same air like you. So I'm very excited about it. So then is my question. Did you see about you know in the WWE the ratings are not so good and the volume in the hall are also not so good, and maybe did you think that's a problem that you have the mat wrestling, you have too much mud wrestling, and why you not going a little bit stiffer like the TNA stuff? Maybe you can.
I was on WWE Creative for 1 month, and they started talking about this angle where some guy is going to have sex with a dead person, and I said, that's stupid. And then the next writers meeting they had was at 4 o'clock, and I was told I didn't have to be there. So that's WWE Creative. I just hire right now, and yes, I love wrestling. I'm a huge fan of the interviews, and that was sarcasm if you can. Yeah, I mean, I come from a different place. I like, you know, going out there and seeing guys go. You cannot knock, as much as I try to, and a lot of guys do, WWE's financial success. ECW had the greatest company and the greatest bunch of workers and some of the greatest storylines that have been stolen and ripped off, but you know, we went out of business. I wish we never did, but you know, you can't knock WWE's success. WCW was the shits, and it was mismanaged, and that's why they went out and they had more money than WWE. I hope and pray TNA starts kicking some ass, because the business needs competition, and they need to promote guys like AJ Styles and Abyss. They don't want to be WWE light by having guys like, no offense to Kevin Nash, or guys who fans will be like, oh, I remember him, he was from WWE. They need to create their own stars, and you know, we did it with guys named like Taz, Tommy Dreamer, Jerry Lynn, Blue Meanie, Al Snow, Tracy Smothers, FBI. You know, we did it. Sandman, Raven. We created our own stars. That's what TNA really needs to do, and they have the opportunity, and I hope they do. But again, you know, I have TiVo. It's a great invention. I don't know if they have it here in where are we? Manchester or England? I haven't slept yet. Leave me alone. And it has a fast forward button, and you can fast forward live TV, so you can just watch what you want to watch and then just keep on going. So I usually use that fast forward button a lot on Monday nights.
I'm just wondering, what were your views on the match with Shawn Morton and Sacrifice?
Is that for Jerry?
Yeah.
The match I had with X-Pac on what was it, 2 pay-per-views ago, it was probably one of the highlights of my career, because Sean and I, when we first started in the business, he started in Tampa in 1970.
In 1970.
Shortly after he started, he came up to Minneapolis where I was at, and for 2 years straight, we literally beat the hell out of each other trying to get noticed. And we'd get together every day, watch tapes of Japanese stuff, Mexican stuff, anything we get our hands on. So we both had a love for the business and a passion, and we just worked well together. And Al, here you're gonna get it. Someone get me a knife.
See, the crowd's watching you.
But it was just to say it was a real special night because Sean and I didn't wrestle each other in over 13 years. So it was the first time we got in the ring in that long a time. So it was a special night for both of us, and then I thought it went great.
Okay, you got a question? I need you two guys to stand up for a second. Okay. Stand up for a second. Okay. Hi, you got a question?
Ivy, for everyone, apart from dogs pissing on you, what's the best and the worst being on the road?
The best would, honestly, and this will sound corny, is getting to meet people like yourselves and to get to travel the world and see things and do things that the average person doesn't get to see and do, and ultimately get to do what I absolutely have totally, completely loved for 23 years. I absolutely love to get in the ring and wrestle and perform in front of an audience. And I have been very fortunate to be able to make a living doing this for as long as I have. And, you know, when it comes to an end, I think that's the worst part for me, is that when it comes to an end, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So.
I guess the best for me, I started in '83, and when I started, there was a whole lot more jobs, and there really was. Young guys would work 6 months to a year in a place, and you just pack up your car and go. You know, nothing holds you down, nothing. And that's about when Vince got going with Hulk, and he was hot, and started taking all the territory's top guys, and then running, you know, shows right against all the old promoters, and he eventually shut them down, and it was just too bad. But it'd be like, say, if these guys here, if we were in the same territory, maybe around a year, 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, you may get a spot over here, he may get a spot over here somewhere in another territory. This guy may stay there. You know, it all varied. But, you know, you ran together when you were kids, and it was great. You may not see each other for another 5 years. You could be in Japan or something. It was just great. And then by then, everybody done got married and divorced and everything else. And now it's, you know, it's not like that. And it's just too bad because when I got going back in February with my head in it, you see so many young guys and good talent, and they deserve a job, and veterans too, and there's not that many out there, and it's too bad when you see that anything that tries to get going, and you know, WWE just squashes it, and that's not fair to the guys. It really isn't, because you really wish that they get the chance to travel the world like I've gotten to, and like these guys have gotten to, and these guys have worked other places. They know what I'm talking about, and the business is bigger than anybody in it, and that includes Vince. And I just think it's a crying shame, because you see kids, you see the hunger, the look in their eyes, and you just wish that they had the opportunity to do what they love, and I don't think anybody has the right to take that away. I'm 43 years old, and I don't mind telling you, and I'm glad to be here. This is the second time I've been to England. I came here in the middle of August, and it's a blast. I went to Germany in the middle of April, and I never got to do that. I got to go to Japan, 18 tours. Went to Singapore, Malaysia, Kuwait, Guam, Diego Garcia, Mexico, a couple of tours, Bahamas, most of the United States, a lot of Canada. That's great, and that's the greatest job you could ever have. And you just it's real cool. You know, some of these guys I haven't seen in a while, and and it's a real. But it really is, and one that hurts the most is the fans. It hurts the boys, and all the negativity and the bad things, and people running shows against each other, shutting them down. I think that's messed up. That you know what the WWE legal team is doing with all this, with the names of the guys. I mean, the Dudleys. I mean, come on, these guys busted their ass for a long time, and for other people than him. And you know, and to do that, that's not real cool. And the thing about it is these guys will agree. I think everybody in our business, whether they like each other or not, everyone has a common thing. They have respect and love for what we do, and that's bigger than anything. And you hope that things will open up. You want to see TNA make it. You hear rumblings about Ted Turner opening up, and I hope he does. Because it's like this. It's like some of you will eat one day at Burger King, next day you may eat McDonald's, you might want Kentucky Fried Chicken, or you might want steak. But you'll eat all the food. You'll watch all the shows, sitcoms, wherever it may be. So you'd like to see that. and you hate to see it, because then when guys lose their passion and they lose, what they've done, since some of them in their teens, one thing leads to another. And when I got out in 2001, what really just hurt me was to see a lot of guys that aren't with us anymore that passed away. And that's all they ever did, and they freaked out. And for whatever reason, I don't want to say that, and God bless them, but you want to see it come back, and you'd like to see a lot more young guys get the opportunity to do what we've all done.
All right. Got a question? We got just a few minutes left, so about 5 minutes left. So we're going to try get in a few quick questions here. You got a question?
Yes. Question for Al or Tommy. Do you think Birchall's going to last in the WWE?
Paul Burchill, he's on SmackDown now with William Reed.
Yeah, Paul was the first person I hired.
Well done.
I hired him for a tape that he had sent me, and were all things that he will probably never be able or allowed to do in WWE. But I'm very, very happy for his success. And back before, when someone said about some of your, greatest things, I don't have a wrestling career right now because, unfortunately, WWE doesn't want me to wrestle. My biggest privilege is calling guys like Paul Burchill or Joey Mercury, Ken Kennedy, and tell them they have a job. And just hear their excitement, because my worst days are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, because I sit in an office, and I don't like that. But yes, I think Paul will be a breakout star if they allow him to do what he can do, and obviously you've all seen him do standing moonsaults and running topes over the corner and 450s. He's very, very talented. I hope he gets the opportunity to show that.
As we're wrapping up, we haven't had any of the women in the audience ask a question. Any of the women? Does any of the women in the audience? Oh, okay, here we go. Bryce, you don't actually count as a woman.
This is for everybody. I just wanted to know, who were your mentors? Who started you off in wrestling, and what was the most memorable thing they taught you?
Let's start with me.
Well, my mentor's seated right down here, Al Snow. He broke me into the business, and
You're not supposed to tell me.
I broke in many other ways too. So no. But Al was a great mentor. Half the stuff you don't get to see on Tough Enough was his passion, just the fact that he was persistent and making sure you knew what you did, and he taught me many valuable lessons. And when I was training with him, I was a kid, first time away from home, and the second day I was there, I was like, "Mom, I want to come home, I miss home." And he was cool. Al's my big brother, and I love him to death, and I'm very fortunate to have been trained by him.
Johnny Rods trained me, Terry Funk taught me, and every veteran and every guy I ever worked with helped me. A lot of things that Tracy Smothers would tell me when I was in ECW in 97 and 98, I was like, it's Tracy, he's just crazy. And now I sit in my office and I'm like, fucking Tracy is a genius. He's Nostradamus because he's telling me shit 5 years, 6 years ago. So again, every veteran that I ever worked with has taught me something, and I learn a new thing every day. And unfortunately, I don't like a lot of it, but if you knew what was in here, you'd fucking flip out.
I was trained by Olympic wrestler Brad Rengens. He had wrestled in the old AWA, a little bit in WWF, and most of his career was in New Japan. And growing up, one of my favorites was Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. And the ultimate compliment that I got early on in my career was I sent the tape down to the old USWA in Memphis, and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert was there, saw the tape, and he brought me in. And then the next year he brought me into the GWF down in Dallas, and so that to me was one of the biggest compliments I could ever have. Is one of my favorites, seeing something in me and bringing me in.
The guy that trained me and brought me into the business was a guy by the name of Big Jim Lancaster. He was a journeyman wrestler, big card guy. He he taught me a lot of valuable lessons. He was a very, very intelligent man. He never really got the credit for really knowing psychology, and that was the one thing he did teach me, was how to use your brain. It was the most important thing he had. But probably one of the biggest lessons he taught me was it was not about the money I made, it was about the money I saved. And never forget who I really was. So I thank him for that. Team Tracy.
Steve Kern, Stan Lane trained me when they were the Fabulous Ones. And Steve Kern's an agent now, right? Yeah. Tell him I said hello.
I will.
They taught me a lot. I would travel with them and just little things, and how to travel, how to train, how to eat right, and just a lot of valuable things that you always remember. And then Tojo Yamamoto after that. God, he beat me to death. I'd go down every Sunday and work out with 6 to 8 guys, and he didn't smarten them up, and I'd have to shoot with them. And he taught me the hard way. But the one I learned the most from, I guess, would be Bob Armstrong. You guys know who he is, right? Yeah, good man. 66 years old, he's still wrestling. And I'd love to see him every day. Yes, he sure can. He sure can. Matter of fact, he just beat a guy up that's 34 years old. I kid you not, a bouncer. Some guy got in his face or something. He punched him out. I'm not kidding you. Anyway, but the main thing he taught me was to have respect for the business and the people in it. And he always said this, and I'll never forget it. He said, if you want respect, you give respect, and you'll get it back. And I think everybody will agree. There's not anybody that I know of that has more respect than him.
Yeah.
Heck of a man.
All right. Folks, that's going to wrap up the first of the Q&As. Give another nice round of applause for everybody who joined us. Tracy, Al, Larry, Tommy, Dean. Right now, we're going to take a quick break in between Q&As. If you go through the back door there, that blue door over to the side, there's the VIP lounge if anybody wants an adult beverage. I plan to get myself a pint of loudmouth soup.
Come on, Jerry, run! Run, Jerry, run!
Run, yeah. And we've got another panel starting in about 15 or 20 minutes. Thank you very much. Okay. Hi, how are you? What? Oh! Get your fat black ass out of the way so I can see the... Oh, that's what you were saying. I'm sorry. Hey, Fatso, you're blocking Carino. That's all you had to say. See you in the parking lot. All right, we're gonna. You're blinding me. Sit down, you punks. We're gonna start the second panel, and yeah, pretty much like that. There. Let's see who we got. Eating a sandwich. We've got Chris Sabin. Spilling water on himself. We've got AJ Styles. And here, this is Doug Williams. Got Low Key. We've got a very bald Johnny Storm. Hey, your family's here. Steve Carino. I think this guy might be a fan of yours. We got an empty seat.
Special guest coming.
Special guest coming. Oh man, we're screwed. I know who it is. This is the former ROH heavyweight champion, Austin Aries. World champion. And this is Sterling James Keenan. There we go. That chick likes it. Yeah, that one. Your room key? Okay. There's a special shuttle back to the hotel, the Sterling James Keenan shuttle. Okay. So, a few people milling in, and we got a first question anywhere, somewhere. You. Let's get over here. We'll beat you to it. Okay. Because he's quick.
Just want to say, AJ, I think that you're an absolute brilliant wrestler, and I just want to know how long it took you to become like a star in TNA.
from day one.
We could actually, if we could actually pass
Jared
him.
loves me.
Yeah, if we could actually pass him the mic, Steve. Yes. Everybody else yells. Steve's just gonna comment.
Well, I believe every guy, wrestler in TNA is a superstar. I really do. So I'm not alone. But as far as making it through the Indies and all the way to TNA, I'm still learning. So just like the rest of these guys here, once we stop learning, well, it's time to get out of the business.
Here you are.
Question for Steve Corino.
Sandman's here.
Ladies and gentlemen. This is the Sandman. Got a chair for you up there and everything, right?
AJ, what up?
All right.
I don't have like my own podium or.
No, you get to
What's going on there?
just chair him before you next to Steve.
Yeah, question for Steve Corino. What was your favourite memory of working with Jack Victory?
Me getting naked in front of him.
You get naked outside a half hour ago.
Oh my God, I did.
Yeah.
I just said, this lady was I mean, she's driving like this little minivan or something like that. I mean, literally, she had 2 feet on each side, and I ain't walking nowhere. I was pissed at the guy that he didn't take me up the elevator. I had to go up the stairs. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. I got naked outside.
Yeah. Why don't you tell the story about how you got naked? You remember?
Oh yeah.
And then we'll get back.
Well, it's a short story, so. No. We got kicked out of Pensacola, Florida for that. Every memory with Jack was great. He was, as Jack's in his early 40s and stuff like that, but every day it was like he's a rookie.
40s.
Early 40s. Early 40s.
Like Terry Funk, still 55.
But doing the promos with Jack was my favorite because what you saw, like with Hack, is what you got. That's what we did in the locker rooms and.
No. Somebody duct taped his pants.
Yeah. So what you saw in the promos, that's how we acted in the locker room and the hotels and stuff like that. So what you got to see was what Jack Victory was really like.
Okay.
Except for the time you guys fought.
Oh,
It's for Johnny and Doug. You've both done a lot to put British wrestling on the map, working for all the companies you have and stuff. Is there any companies that you would like to work
Repeat that
for?
again. Say that.
This is for Johnny Storm and Doug Williams.
Oh, King, what's up, baby?
What's going on, man? Anyway. You want to send the mic down to Johnny? Okay, question for Johnny Storm and Doug Williams. Okay, take 2.
Sorry, you've both obviously done a lot for British wrestling. Is there any companies that you would still like to work for?
Johnny defers.
Scared. Probably, obviously I'd like to continue working for Ring of Honor in the States, but also move on to some of the other companies there, TNA maybe, others like that really. Gives a bit more exposure.
I got a question.
Yeah, buddy. Sit down. If you got a question, you got to put up your hand. Johnny, you got an answer to?
I'd like to do a little bit more in Japan and stuff like that, just to get the name a little bit out there. Me and Jody are actually going off to 01 next week, thanks to Mr. Corino here. So we just want to fly the flag for British wrestling a little bit more, because I've said it before and I'll say it again, that a lot of the time the American guys come over here and they're treated a lot better than the British guys, and it's not a case of talent, because they are very, very talented, but in England I truly believe that we have got equally level pegging the British guys in this country, and we just need to get that exposure out there to the rest of the world and show them how it's done British style.
All right. Question? Yeah, this one's for AJ. For AJ.
If you could be heavyweight champ or X Division champ, which one would you rather be?
X Division.
Yeah.
That's an easy question. It really is.
Why X Division over heavyweight, AJ?
Then he does have to work with Jeff.
Then I don't have. He's right.
All right then.
Well, look at it this way. I mean, look at the guys I'd be working. Not Steve Carino. But pretty much this whole table is X Division. I mean, look at it. So, I said pretty much. Pretty much. So, X Division, definitely.
All right, another question here.
Against for AJ, has there been any contact with WWE, and would you ever consider working for them in the future?
He signed till 2008.
There's not really been any contact, but fact of the matter is, I do have a deal with TNA, and I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. But I will say this: business is business, and I got to support my family. So in 2010, if I'm working for them, don't get hot. Or 2012, I'll be pretty old by then. So
all right,
I won't be X Division.
Another question here.
My question's to Chris and AJ really. If TNA was to go on the road next year, do you really think it has the willpower and the exposure yet to pull crowds in? What do you think it's missing?
I think that's just a matter of time, really. I mean, we really just got to get our product out there. I think like if we start touring like next year, I think like certain cities, you know, we have a better chance than others. You know, we just got to take it slow and take it one step at a time. So.
Well, I do believe that is it called Eurosport or something like that. We just got over here with them. We just got Spike TV in the States, and that's huge. I mean, just like Saban said, it's going to take some time, but I think, if you've ever seen TNA before, then you've enjoyed it, and obviously you're going to watch it, and it'll grow from there.
We got another question here.
That's for the guy in between. This is for the guy in between Steve and Austin. Is this some of the greatest fucking day of your life or what?
Pass on the mic. Pass on the mic. What's your name?
It's Mario.
It's Mario? Mario? Really? Okay, Mario, is this the greatest day of your fucking life? What? Oh, you've been on a better fucking panel than this?
I guess, yeah. I'm just kidding. No, this is good. This is good.
Yeah?
It's all good. It's all good.
What do you think is the best match of your career?
I've yet to have it.
Good answer. Good answer. Who else was right here?
Question for AJ.
Stand up.
Question for AJ.
Stand up, I said. Oh, sorry.
Taz, stand up. What's your favourite memory of wrestling for the FWA? What's your favourite match of the FWA that you've wrestled?
That's hard. That sounds just like Sam on it. Jody and Johnny, I've wrestled both those guys. I've had great matches with them. I didn't really get to wrestle Doug one-on-one, so I can't really count that one. But those are two great matches that I had here with FWA and the Super Show. Oh crap!
Oh whoa! Hey.
Yo, didn't me and you work together for TNA?
No, for FWA over
it's
here.
It's an FWA question though, man.
Sorry.
I will say something about TNA. When Sandman and I wrestled, I shot a 3-pointer with a garbage can, and you were in the ring. I nailed you. Do you remember that?
No.
It was a good shot, though. It was like 3-pointer.
Loved it.
All right, fair enough.
All right, question right up here in front.
Yeah, it's for Steve. Nice to see you, Steve. I'm just wondering if what were your views on the two ECW shows?
I didn't see the Hardcore Homecoming show, but I thought the ECW pay-per-view with WWE was real good. My favorite part was when Steve Austin came to the ring to give the Sandman his gimmick back. But I thought they were entertaining. CW told me the Hardcore Homecoming show was pretty cool, but Yeah, I watched the actual pay-per-view in a movie theater in Michigan with Alex Shelley, and we thought it was good. It was entertaining. Hack stole the show, of course.
All right, got a question here at the back? You want to stand up? Yeah.
I've got a question for Sam, man. If it was a competition between you and Stone Cold, who would be the last man standing, drinking wise?
Oh, come on.
Here we go.
He's not.
Yeah, it would be me.
Thank you.
Steve Carino, official spokesman for Hack Incorporated.
I translate for Hack.
All right, I got a question over here. I gotta come all the way over here. Here you go. Hi.
I never had a question.
What'd you put up your hand for then? Well, you thought I was waving at you? What do they teach you in the schools in this town? Who's got to go?
Where's the cake? Give me that goddamn.
Oh,
crap. Who the hell? Don't raise your hand to go to the bathroom. Yeah. Who's got a real question? Eddie? First of all, I took the microphone. Please have a...
Hey, Hack, I got a question.
Yeah.
Anything in life can go 3 ways. What are those 3 ways?
In, out, and about.
Win-win, lose-lose. Please explain.
Oh, God, he's killing me right here. All right, here's the deal. In life, and this relates to every single person in this room. There's certain situations, like, I don't care if you're talking to your mom, to your sister, to your girlfriend, to your boss, to a coworker. You gotta stay away from the lose-loses. And you have to be able to recognize the lose-loses. As in, for example, what the hell I was doing? I'm driving with me and Raven. Last night we're driving to a show, and Raven, you know, he's fucking around just like me. The driver, he goes, "Who's your favorite wrestler in ECW?" That's a lose-lose. He's got me and Raven in the car. Anything the kid says, he's done. He says, "Raven," I'm garroting him from the back. If he says, "Sandman," Raven's punching him on the right hand. Stay away from the lose-loses in life, and you gotta, you know, it's like, everybody, and Professor, hey, everybody here knows it's work. Is there any here? Raise your hand if you think that when we go to the ring that it actually is who's the better guy as a wrestler. You know, any one of these guys can out wrestle me, no problem at all.
Mario wants to challenge you right now.
Oh, yeah? Oh, it's okay. Now you're sitting here, you're all puffing. Look at you, you're puffing up your chest. Hey, I'm sitting next to your girl. That's not your girl. See? I just gave you a lose-lose right there. That was a lose-lose right there. Yeah, I'll give you a perfect example. Hey, what do you do for a living?
Coach driver.
What?
I'm a coach driver. Drive coaches.
He drives a taxi.
You drive the professional teams, fucking managers around.
He's a bus driver.
He's a bus driver. Okay. All right, suppose, her. Suppose I'm her. And she gets onto the bus and she's like, "How does my hair look?" Oh, what? Oh, what?
She said it.
Oh, look. She's throwing, look, you're a professional wrestler. You threw the heat right onto the other lady. That's a lose-lose. You gotta stay away from the lose-loses right here.
Hack, see if anybody has a question.
I will kill him.
No, they're telling me we need more questions.
I'm sorry, King. You know what? I'm saying right here is a lose-lose right there. This is a lose-lose. I need to bow to the king. Oh. I need to give him back his mic. Yeah, fat chance of that.
I tried.
All right, who's got a question? All right, what do you got, kid? What?
Just ask him how pissed.
How drunk are you?
Oh, I'm loaded. I'm loaded. I fell asleep. Apparently, somebody tried to wake me up at noon because they're like, you got a 2 o'clock Q&A. We're going to wake you up at noon. The building's 5 minutes away. Carino's kicking my door in. Going, yo, Hack, you got to get the fuck up. Thank God I had a couple cocktails left over from last night. But I had ordered breakfast too, so it wasn't like I was a total drunk. I had a bite of a piece of toast, a couple of doubles, and I ended up here.
Hack, there's one up here.
Question up here. You guys are making me do way too much work here. Question?
Yeah, this is for Loki and Austin. This year alone in Ring of Honor, what's been the most standout match for you two?
Next question.
I would think the best match this year for me in Ring of Honor would probably be against Jay Lethal, the final match.
I believe it or not, my 7-year-old told me that was a hell of a match right then.
I believe Jay Lethal is definitely one of the young guys to be on the lookout for. He's very talented, he's very aggressive, he's very strong, and I definitely think he has a good future.
And Austin.
Steve said to mention the 6-man that we wrestled.
Was I in that?
Yes.
How did you do it?
I'm going to say probably even though I lost, probably the title match with CM Punk where he won the belt. I think just with everything that was wrapped into that match, I think that really probably stood out as one of the special moments this year.
Yeah, I wish CM Punk was here. CM Punk, hell of a worker, and I'm pulling a Raven right now. Like, I had a lot to do with it, but yeah, I forget where I was going.
That's a question for yourself. What was your best match in ECW, and what did you think of One Night Stand? Did you think it should have been more ECW, or did you think WWE should have just invaded like I did?
Alright, let me do it in reverse order replay.
This is definitely lose.
Yeah, One Night Stand was great. I was just having fun. I'm out there with my buddies. So, I don't know. I'm not the booker. I'm not Vince McMahon, but I'll tell you what though. I asked Tommy Dreamer. This is like maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, Tommy, do you need me anymore? He goes, no, go ahead, do whatever you want. So, I'm sitting in this Irish pub drinking doubles. Me and my girl. I got about 10 in me. Dreamer calls me at you just gotta understand, in the WWE, they go through, I don't care if it's just an interview, it's called a walkthrough. They do a walkthrough as in, let's say Triple H is doing the signing with the guy with the Batista. Yeah, these guys, when they did the signing, it's called a walkthrough, where they have the table set up. They have the security guards, which were all wrestling guys that are just in school or whatever, and they're just hanging out trying to get a spot or something like that. But they'll literally go over their verbiage, they'll have a piece of paper, and Batista will be like, Oh, I wanna fight you. No, I love that sound. Okay, let's hear it again, please. Throwing the heat. That's pro wrestling. So anyway, so they're doing the walkthrough. Obviously, they do the walkthrough the way the progressive matches go. So I told Dreamer, yeah, I'm going out shopping with my girl. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Oh, whoa.
Next question, please.
He knew where I was going. Everybody, please give a big hand to Steve Corino's girl. Oh, crap.
Next question.
Move on.
Yes, please.
Oh, what? Oh, what? Now you hand me what? Oh, wait a minute. I was going to Oh, okay, so they're doing a walkthrough. They're doing a walkthrough. Me and my girl, who happens to be half my age, just like Jessica Simpson with bigger tits and a nicer ass.
She was 27.
So I'm sitting in the bar drinking doubles. I'm probably on my, no lie, maybe my 8th or 9th. Dreamer calls me and he's like,
Go.
You know what? That's it. Here we go. I baby faced myself. Okay, so anyway, the Drew was like, hey, we're doing a walkthrough. I need you back in the building. I said, what time? We're about 10 blocks away. 2, I'm loaded. 3, there's no chance we're going to be back there in 15 minutes. I get back to the building. Vince is in the ring with Johnny Ace and maybe I don't want to say Michael Hayes or something like that. So I told my girl and Vince, as soon as I walk in the Hammerstein Ballroom, Vince is like, hey, Sandman, come here. I'm like, oh, shit. So I sit my girl down and immediately Kurt Angle sits right next to her and tries to pick her up. Why is somebody interrupting me?
At tonight's show, can you tip beer down me like you always used to?
I think I'm going to work that out.
I gotta take the mic back, brother.
Yo, William, can I finish my story? Wait, why do you have to? Is Vince telling you that you gotta take the mic back? So why? Tell me, King. Listen, hold this for a second. No.
I'm trading microphones. No.
Do you think I might have been born yesterday, but I've been up all night. So obviously I'm burying King. Wait a minute, I don't understand. How come I can't do your job? How come you can't sit up there and take questions? Anybody got a question for King? For the King? Okay.
When you gonna get your mic back?
Wow. All right, anybody have a real question? Okay. God damn, you are a good looking girl. Whoa. Hey, what's up, kid?
I've got a question for everyone here. Who would like to see Sandman versus King right now, now?
I'm gonna kick the piss out of that kid.
First of all, I just pissed before I came into the ring, into the building. Second of all, great question, Kate. Give me a high five. Yeah, right.
All right. Who's got another question for the panel up here? Who's got another question for the panel?
All right, wait, okay. Will you fucking relax, please?
I'm relaxed.
Hey, who's got a question for the panel?
This one's for Stal and James Keenan because everyone seems to be ignoring him up till now.
Ooh,
What was the question? It's just how did he get started, really?
Tell us your story.
it's not that much of an interesting story. I knew a guy who knew a guy. I've been a wrestling fan all my life, and I just so happened to know some of the right people. Started training, and then I went down to the Dory Funk School, and I started working with a lot of guys and learning a lot, and it's just snowballed from there.
Are you shitting me, kid?
I shit you
Yo,
not.
we're the Q&A here. He wants to know your story.
I
If
just
you were
gave
in
him
the
my
car
story.
with me, no, tell us how much money you paid, what day you started, who taught you, like there's a bunch of moves that I can't remember the names of them. But yo, come on, kid, tell us your story.
I started training in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I live, with some local guys who I'm sure none of you guys would know. They taught me the basics. I went to, again, Dory Funk School to kind of brush up on things, and I started going to seminars and stuff. Like I learned from AJ for a little bit, Dr. Tom Pritchard, a few guys like that, and then like I just started working shows and working more shows with bigger names and getting in the ring with different guys and learning a lot. And like AJ said before, you're always learning. So.
Hey, hey, I love AJ. Hey, you know, and I hated working with him, but I love him as a person. Hey, in this business, if you're not learning something to do, you're learning something not to do. You got to be able to keep your ears open, your eyes closed. A perfect example is I tell some guys, not so much guys on the board here, is that, and I want you all to try this at home. When get the best match that you have on DVD, VCR, or whatever. Close your eyes and then listen to the match. If I'm here, close your eyes and then listen to the match. Reeve taught me that. I'm not putting that over.
No, we're gonna be wrapping it up in a few minutes, Hack. So let's get in a couple more questions real quick.
A few minutes? Why? Who's in a hurry here? What does the show start? Like 5 hours?
No, show starts.
All right, next
We're
question.
gonna match at 5.
This is for Dr. Loki. Your thoughts on Kenton Kobashi?
As a person or as a wrestler?
Big difference.
Well, there's no question about it. Kenta Kobashi is probably one of the most strongest pro wrestlers on the planet. For a Japanese person, they're usually not that really big or very muscular as some of the Americans or foreigners are, but he's incredibly strong. He trains very rigorously, and his power, I don't think there's anybody as strong as he is in Japan, if not the world. I guess in the pro wrestling sense. As far as the beating I'm going to take, this is pro wrestling. I'm used to getting hit. He's a little stronger than most, but I think I'll survive.
Yeah, just to back up what Keith said, really. He's probably one of the strongest wrestlers I've ever come across. Providing you avoid his chops, I think generally get through okay. But he's certainly, he's one of the thickest set guys I've ever seen, for sure.
Question.
I
Stand up. One to Jerry Springer.
It's AJ again. I'm just wondering if you enjoyed your time in FWA and if you'd ever go back to the training schools, because I just missed one of your training seminars in FSW.
Well, who knows when that's going to happen again? I'm sure that hopefully that'll be something I'll get to do in the future. But as far as FWA, well, just like ECW, just like WWE, the fans make the company, and that's what makes it worth coming. To FWA. It's these fans over here. You guys, you make wrestling, and it's fun coming over here to England or wherever you go.
Okay, Hack, this is going to be the last question, then we're going to give everybody a chance, if they want to take a couple pictures, autographs, and there's merchandise downstairs.
I was just starting to have some fun here.
Sorry,
Hey, this one kid was going to ask, who were you going to ask? Was it Loki?
No?
Were you the kid that I was talking to? Okay. Here, you know what? I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna go across the board right now, and I'm gonna do psychiatry major. I'm gonna do what the hell's it called again? if I had a picture, I'd show you a picture. One guy would be like, that's an ass. This. Okay. All right. Everybody ready? All right. When I say something to you, I want to hear your first response. Wrestling.
Love it.
The fans.
I despise you all.
Price per ticket.
Too high.
Veronica.
Nothing.
Red.
Blue.
Tough.
Samoa Joe.
Yo.
No.
Tuna fish sandwich.
Chicken and stuffing.
Fun.
You.
Don't try and get over with me here. Can I wrap this up, please?
Yeah, by all means. Hey, you're the guy with the microphone.
Now, you ready for a duel off? Ball shot. Thank you all so much. Believe it or not, I'm having just as much fun as you are.
All right, fans. Thanks, Zach. Once again, everybody on the panel: Chris Sabin, AJ Styles, Doug Williams, Low P, Johnny Storm, Steve Carino, Mario. I don't know who that is. Sandman, Austin Aries, and Sterling James Keenan. A mad rush for photos and autographs all of a sudden. Remember, we got the program, Suplex Monthly. Through the blue door, we've got the bar if you want to get some drinks. And downstairs, we've got merchandise going on. Various merchandise, including the shirt I'm wearing, which you should buy because, I get some money out of it. And that's it. Thanks, folks.